Hello everybody, ciao a tutti and welcome to Art with Ms.B. Today, I'm so very happy to have some time to practice art with you. I am recovering from a terrible cold, so my voice is still like a little so-and-so, a little creepy, I would say. But anyway, I needed to do something like calming, relaxing, but kind of easy, I would say, that doesn't require so much effort like other designs and other practices that I have been publishing recently. Amazing, beautiful, and wonderful. Definitely required some extra time and extra patience and attention to details. This pattern is going to be really easy, very easy shapes, easy lines, few patterns, a very warm color palette, neutral also, nice neutral background representing the season. And it's really truly for everybody, regardless your your artistic skills, background, age. This is a perfect practice to find a moment to dedicate to ourselves without stress, without overthinking, just taking care of our body, our posture, the state of our mind, our feelings, and just like relaxing by doing art with me, listening to my voice, maybe some nice healing music in the very background, and just something like faster and shorter compared to other practices. So I suggest you to do it. As of course I suggest you to subscribe to my channel so you can do multiple practices, so you can choose the practice that you like the most. I have been publishing for the past 3 years or so there is plenty of content, and there is so much value in this content because I truly put effort and care in guiding you step by step, providing you with alternative, different solutions and important teaching that go a little beyond just the artistic and academic teaching, such as art element, art principle, different media, different techniques, which of course you will find, but also what else we can get from art, what else we can benefit from, right? The process versus the final product, and kind of ease some of our mental stress and expectations that sometimes are a little bit all over the place. For this practice, you need your art journal or a mixed media paper, fine tip black Sharpie, regular tip black Sharpie, or any brand that you have available, alcohol markers. Mine are Shadow Art. I said it multiple times, I truly like the products. You can buy them on Amazon or you can buy them on shadowart.com, which is their official website, and they last for a long time. They feature beautiful colors, beautiful packages, so I truly love them, and they come in affordable prices, which is something important as well. Set yourself in a comfortable position, set yourself with your materials, and be ready to follow me. Remember that you can pause the video as many times as you want. You can watch it in once and then practice at your own convenience. You do you. And once again, please subscribe to this channel, help this community to expand and reach more people everywhere in the world. It's something that it's really dear to me, and I hope that it will become dear to our virtual community and society. I want to say this is the way that I impact, that I bring something positive to the world. And I'm gonna switch the camera so we can start. Let me know in the comment if you have any question, if you have something that you would like to say, or just pop in to say hi. I would be more than happy to read your comments and answer to them. Ciao. Okay friends, this is my journal. I'm going to create my usual frame, and you can do the same. You can leave your page as it is. If you want to make this pattern a little bigger, you can use a ruler. If you want to have this like precisely geometric. Let me adjust a little bit so we can see the whole thing. And now still with the Sharpie. If you don't feel safe to do it with the Sharpie, do it first with the pencil and then you will go over with the Sharpie. We're gonna create this sort of a pebbles shapes, like a sort of like a smaller, bigger, slightly overlapped rectangles, different sizes, right? Some is thinner, like some of them will be a little more like fat, tall. tiny, medium, big, and so on. We are gonna build 3 layers, right? We do exactly the same. Just make sure that we allow variety, so you don't do them all the same. You kind of take a moment to look what you have and how you want to build upon those shapes that you already created. One more. This is an ascending pattern, so we go from the bottom up, exactly how we move in life, from the bottom up, going up and up, taller and taller. Probably I would add one more. Well, no, let's leave it 3. We are going to make sure that all the black lines are nice and thick. So if you want to go over your pencil, or if you want to go over one more time to the black, feel free to do so, and make sure that they look nice and thick. I'm doing like a one side thicker, just to create a little more optical illusion of 3-dimensionality to this overall flat piece. You don't have to copy what I do. You can look at your design and decide where you want thicker lines or leave them a little thinner. Once you've done, we're gonna put the black markers and we're gonna start to use our Shadow Art or any brand that you have available of alcohol markers. I'm using neutral color. I wanna explore like a warm and light brown, dark brown, bronze green. Use what you have and also use the same palette that I'm using or a different palette, because you might feel attracted to other colors compared to what I want to use in this practice. Overall is going to be mine is going to be a warm neutral palette. What I like to do, I like to use one color at a time and color all the shapes that I want to see with that color. This saves us time, but most of all allowed us to kind of, create a nice, beautiful connection between different shapes and images inside the same artwork or inside the same pattern. And there is this kind of visual reference where colors call each other. And it creates more like unity in the design. Now I'm going to dark up one side just by going over with the same color only on one side of my pebble. For now, I'm gonna put this color aside and I'm gonna start another one. This is a beautiful dark brown, chocolate brown. Love it. Even if it's dark, I will still dark it up again on one side, although you might not be able to see it like, very well, just because the color is really dark, but do it nevertheless. It makes me think about like an abstract cityscapes with a lot of building and thinking about the buzzing New York City downtown, right? With all of its colors and flavors and noises. A little overwhelming, I would say, but what an experience. I feel very lucky that I got to live in New York City for a little while. Definitely a challenge, but also a privilege. So this is my version of Broadway Boogie Woogie by Mondrian. Completely different, of course, design and painting. I'm not comparing myself to the great master, but this abstract representation of something that is somehow familiar for us. For now, I'm gonna put this aside. I'm going to include a little bit of green bronze, and see, I'm gonna switch to a bigger tip because I feel that is safe. Although sometimes I truly love to use a thinner tip just because I love to go up and down, depending on how I feel and what I want to gain from the practice. And I'm doubling always one side. This is a perfect palette for the fall. Let me see. Maybe here. Definitely here. Keep going with this potato brown. Let's see how light it is. Nice, very warm. And double one side. I love these markers because they have the dual tip, so they allowed us to go, you know, if you want to go a little faster by using the big tip, we can. Sometimes I truly don't want to go too fast because I enjoy this art practice and I want it to last so I can get all the benefit, right? Nice review on warm and neutral colors, sometimes to spend just, you know, for myself and with myself. Stop thinking about things that, you know, sometimes we go in autopilot and our brain starts to think, but when we have to create something, we are connected with whatever is happening on our paper, with our hands. So I invite you to do the same and make sure that you have a nice posture. This one instead is a warm gray. Let's see. Very nice and neutral. A beautiful link to connect this warmer brown. And to neutralize a little bit and rebalance, creating a sort of a color pattern, right? A warm and a little less warm and more neutral, darker and lighter. Think about like the colors, like the flavors that you add to your food. The herbs, the spices, and probably one more here. Let's see now if I want to have a cold, which is a green gray, or maybe a nice brown, just regular brown. I'm gonna try first here. It's a little similar to the potato brown. So what I will do, I'm going to do this brown, do this the same brown, and then I will overlap with the different colors, specifically probably with the green gray, and see what happens. So by mixing two colors, I'm creating another one, so it is not too similar to its friend next to it, right? You can still see the difference, but maybe I want a little more difference between them. So let's make this experiment and see. Let's grab the green gray and let's go over it. Well, now it's getting similar to this one, so I don't know. I might leave it as it is. Yes. And let's see instead if I use an ochre color on top of what happened. We're gonna try it over here. It makes it very nice and warm, a little more of a goldish. So over here I will use this one, and maybe here I can use this one, yes. And let's leave it as it is. And here I can go with the ochre color. I love to make experiment. Now that our city, the busy city, is done, I'm gonna switch to my extra fine Sharpie and we can do some patterns. We are not gonna fulfill all the shape with patterns, but only selected ones. You can select the ones that I selecting for my design, or you can select the ones that you think is the best choice for your design. You can do more, like, so you can have a more patterned pebbles or building or whatever, building blocks or whatever you want to call it, or you can have a little less. I always suggest you to be critical when you face a new practice. Now, if you don't want to have any stress, I'm changing now patterns. So I'm not kind of here we're gonna do just repeating the same shape of the pebble over and over, and that's it. So as I was saying, I want you to be always critical when you make your choices and just not copy. Sometimes you want to copy because you truly need to relax and you're using this practice to take a moment to decompensate from a busy day, busy life, or a moment of stress or illness. In that case, yes, just copy me, go with the flow, and everything will be fine. But if you're doing it also to kind of gather more knowledge about elements, principles, lines, fine motor skills, etc., right? I suggest you to be always like a good observant and be critical, make your choices and explain yourself why you're making those choices. For instance, if you use a different color palette than I use, you can kind of justifying it by, today I feel in this way and I need to see these colors to feel better, to feel different. This is why I'm altering and choosing a different color palette. At the same time, if you're doing like a change in pattern, you might justify it yourself. Today I'm going to improve this pattern. I want to improve and increase my fine motor skills by testing this pattern that recently I tried in other tutorials and it didn't come out very good. So I want to give myself another opportunity to exercise it and practicing, right? Or I need and I want to change this pattern because I believe that in my composition this pattern works better than the other. You need to do you, and you need to know what you're doing also and why. This is something that I will never stress enough, and also with my students, we need to know why we do things, right? I want to have fun and make sure that I distribute these patterns a little bit everywhere. This is a very like a simple, basic Zentangle pattern that is not intimidating at all, and it will give everybody the opportunity to exercise fine motor skills, mental focus and relaxation, while also reviewing some color palettes and just have fun and create something nice at the end without feeling stressed out about the final product, without feeling stressed out about, technique, because we're using just a basic type of lines, straight, curved, diagonals, right? The shapes that we use, these organic sort of rectangles. It's very easy and achievable by different fine motor skills. So there is truly nothing to be afraid. Is not an intimidating pattern. I do understand that sometimes some of my pattern might be a little more complicated, a little more intimidating. So this one is truly perfect for everybody. But even the one that looks a little more complicated, I always encourage you, my friends, to try them, because we don't care if you know, the result is not what you expected, we truly don't care. We shouldn't care at all. Let me see. I'm going to do an horizontal. And over here we'll do this direction of curve. Probably a dash pattern, and that's it. Now I'm going to use a color for my sky, and I would like to keep it neutral, and so I will go for a blue-gray. I would say this is a medium blue-gray. It's not too dark, not too light, but I want it nice and intense. If you want something lighter, if you add the shadow box art marker, that is a blue-gray, that is number 3, which is lighter than number 5. I'm using a blue-gray number 5. One of my favorite colors in the palette, the colors that are available. This one and Egyptian blue. My goodness, but well, I love them all though, because also the bronze green, one of my big favorites. What I'm doing, I'm outlining the part like at the edge of where I have to color, so I'm gonna make sure that I stay inside the design and I do not color what I don't want or what I don't need. And now, beautiful and relaxing, I'm going to add all of my stripe of colors, and this is something that I like to do when I'm using the big tip, because as you can see, it's giving us a little patterns also, which I love it. And now, getting inspired by the color that I've chosen, this dark, medium dark blue-gray, I'm thinking about some nice rainy days in a city. And that's it, sort of a cloud that is forming on top. Actually, I'm going to give it the shape of a cloud. Look at that, just by going over with the same color. Beautiful. Now I'm going back to my extra fine markers, and we're going to do rain. I will follow, like, you can do it in a diagonal both sides, or you can do it coming down as I will do, and we just do tiny little strokes, spreading them out on the paper with no particular order. They will give us the suggestion and the idea of rain. So we support the color that we chose, that I chose for my background. If you want to create a rainbow, if you have like if you want to do your as I say, your rain on a diagonal, do so. Whatever you think is going to work well for your design. And now find a good pace. This is exactly how we do dots, right? If we start to go too fast, we're gonna lose control, and we're gonna put these marks where we don't want them, like the dots, right? We can do too many and too close to each other, and we're gonna ruin basically the design. So if you need to stop because you feel frustration, sometimes it happens to me as well when I do this type of very small and repetitive pattern, take a moment, take a break. You can do this. but don't give in the frustrations, and don't start to do, super fast. Every time that some of my student does it, then they kind of regret it, because they understand what I was telling them, that they will lose control. They will lose control of their creation. They will lose control of their process. They will lose control of the piece that they're doing, and they stop to being intentional. And this is, if we think about it, is what happened to us when we are constantly rushing and rushing and rushing and rushing and rushing from an activity to another, is that we lose control. And so our performances become, worse and blurry, and we forgot things, and we forgot details, and we rush through details. We barely notice those details. It's exactly the same. And this is why art practices are such a good training for our mental focus, for dealing and learn how to deal with frustrations, perseverance, building stamina, which makes us work on a project for an extended amount of time without losing that mental focus and the quality in the performance, right? Life should always be a matter of quality, although they have been teaching us and showing us exactly the opposite, because mostly in this country where I live, apparently everybody has to be producing and doing so many different things just to feel accomplished. But the quality of those things is most of the time very poor, and it would be better for us to dedicate time and attention and energy to less and more valuable things. Exactly as a teacher in the school, sometimes we don't need to do 20 different project or a boring and meaningless assignment and assessment, but we can create a very rigorous and engaging and meaningful and deep lesson plan and experience for our students, right? When we combine all the standards, the principle, the element, the technique, and when we have specific objective, and we support the students in their learning experience without rushing. I just truly love it. And that's it, my friend. This is a beautiful, simple pattern, very simple and yet very pretty and very rewarding. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you very soon for another one. Ciao.